food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
What makes investors around the world successful? They're savvy, they do their homework, they look for the best value, and they find it at Interactive Brokers. Phil's gang chooses Interactive Brokers, stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and worldwide from one account. I recommend Interactive Brokers to all my Phil's Gang members. I use it myself. Check them out. Go to philsgang.com and click on the Interactive Brokers graphic. And that's philsgang.com.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
philsgang.com is a powerful online website for novice and experienced stock traders and investors who demand professional-grade online tools, superior customer support, and extensive investing education. Not sure how to trade or invest in stocks? philsgang.com is your #1 educational source for online stock trading and investing material, with daily webinars, individual charting videos, and programs customized to make you a smarter, more informed investor. It's as simple as following philsgang.com's Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell. When they buy, you buy. And when they short stocks, you short. In this volatile market, wouldn't it be nice to have someone guide and coach you to create wealth in the stock market? Well, you can with philsgang.com. Simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, a lot of people are afraid of the stock market after losing most of their money in the different crashes, but now you don't have to be fearful because we have technology that will tell you when the markets are ready to collapse. That's right, the PT2. I designed it so that we get information in advance of any correction, the smallest correction to the largest correction. Get my PT2. Make sure this time when you are investing that you have safety on your side.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. Professional traders and investors know that Interactive Brokers provides the edge they need in today's markets. Low commissions and financing rates, along with best price execution and a focus on advanced trading technology and low costs that help maximize returns. At Interactive Brokers, not only do professional traders and investors get direct market access to stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and funds on over 100 markets in 23 countries from a single IB universal account. They also benefit from a wide array of advanced trading technology, from extensive options trading tools to sophisticated risk management and much more. Keep a pulse on daily market activity with commentary with IB's Traders Insight, which delivers market analysis from professional traders in the industry directly to your screen. Visit us at interactivebrokers.com to learn more about these offerings. interactivebrokers.com. Interactive Brokers, member SIPC.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Is this Groundhog Day or something? Have we all heard this before? I mean, we're now like 6-7 years out of some of these events. The statute of limitations is starting to run on some of these things. And yes, the Justice Department has prosecuted a lot of people. They've got the numbers, but can the average person name even one of these? I mean, this is an end of term kind of gesture, and I don't want to be too cynical about it. I mean, I do think he makes the point, look, we've really tried. And I think to some extent they have tried, but there's trying and there's trying. And some of these cases, to me, I refer to as sort of slam dunk cases. The enthusiasm translates into the resources, and the resources translate into the investigations, and the investigations translate into actual cases. I think it goes right to the top of the administration. I think from day one, the president has said things like, well, we don't want to look backwards, or this is water under the bridge. Let's focus on making things better. There's been a kind of curious ambivalence, or not a very really strong interest in delving into some of these institutions.
And the reason he doesn't want to get into these institutions, they are his biggest supporters. They've given him a tremendous amount of money, the banks. Unbelievable amount of support. And the banks own him. That's the problem. We'll talk about that in a moment. Welcome to Phil's Gang. Coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. We did. Beautiful weather here in Sarasota. Let's start with Holder. And then we will, we got so much to talk about this morning. Giuliani will talk about that. But most important, your finance. Your finance. How can you make money? And we're going to show you that you don't have to continue to be duped by your planners, by your money managers. These people, you have no fiduciary relationship with you. They don't have to by law. They're there to take the money from your pocket, put it in their pocket. And we're going to show you with just using simple charting how you don't have to be held hostage to these planners, using a simple PT2 chart that I designed that is a buy, which is green, red, which is sell. We're going to go over that this morning when the market opens. Very important. So we'll wait till 9:30 when the market's open. We'll look at some of our stocks, and then you can go to www.philsgang.com and then click on where it says watch live, and then you can see the charts and why it's so important to just learn the charting system. It's so easy. It's incredible. All right, let's go to Holder for a moment. And the reason why we're going to talk about Holder, because it has to do with financing. It has to do with the stock market. Holder, in not prosecuting, he has created another bubble. He has created the automobile finance bubble, which is going to be huge. If he took and went after these bankers like Jamie Dimon and put him in jail, there would not be this crisis we now have in the auto sales. There's only two things that are keeping this economy afloat: autos and student loans. And autos are horrible. I mean, they're financing anybody, and they're taking the paper and doing exactly with that paper they did with the mortgages. They're slicing them up. They take 5 good mortgages and or like auto loans, put them in with 25 bad ones, and then they mix them all up and they sell them to pension funds. The exact thing Jamie Dimon did, which was total fraud, sold them to the pensions and was never prosecuted for. Same with Citibank, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs. They all did the same thing, but they never been prosecuted when that's total fraud. Total fraud. Did you know, it's interesting, over 130 years, Congress has only prosecuted 3 people for perjury, for lying to Congress? It is a joke when they bring people in and say, well, you know you're under oath. Yeah, if they're if I had to go speak, I'd laugh at them. I'd laugh in their faces. I'd say that. You only brought 3 people in 130 years to jail. Actually, 2 went to jail. The other guy didn't. This is crazy. It's a joke. So Holder made the announcement he would give his prosecutors 90 days to identify if they could win prosecuting the heads of the largest Wall Street banks like J.P. Morgan, Jamie Dimon, Goldman Sachs CEO Lloyd Blankfein, or Goldman Sachs CFO David Vineyard. This is a joke. Vineyard, it wouldn't take 90 seconds to know you could prosecute him, never mind 90 days. Are you nuts? He's the CFO of Goldman Sachs, Vineyard. He perjured himself right before Congress when they asked if he's ever taken a large short position against the clients of Goldman Sachs. In other words, did you short the positions that your clients had in Goldman Sachs in 2007, right before the crash? And he denied it when the whole industry knew Goldman Sachs and Vineyard had this huge, huge short position. Matter of fact, so huge, Wall Street coined it as the big short. And then when he was testifying, then you have Blankfein. He jumps in and he perjures himself when he says, we would never bet against our own clients, which is exactly what they did in 2007, how they made a fortune shorting. By the way, talking about shorting, the stock market right now, we have never seen as much short covering as we're seeing now. This last 2.5% rally we had in the stock market, it's just so weak. It's unbelievable. This last rally, it's all short covering. It's not new money coming in. And most of it is Apple. About 25% of the 2.5% rally that we've had in the recent weeks of the market is short covering. Most of it is Apple. They said something like 25% of the rally is Apple. We've never seen this kind of short covering. So this is not new money going in. And they don't tell you that. That makes a big difference. When a stock is going up or the stock market's going up because the same people who bet it was going to go down knew they were wrong and they go and they buy their position, the stock market goes up for the wrong reasons. And the people who do not know anything about the market, doesn't know anything about charting, they think, I better get in now. Look at the market's going up. When they don't realize it's the same people who shorted just buying their position back. And that's what is going on with the market. We'll get into that, say, at 9:30. I want to get back to Holder because this is such a fraud. He's such a fraud. I mean, let's think about this. Holder's leaving to go back to his Washington law firm, Covington and Burling, to join his former Assistant Attorney General for the Criminal Division of the Department of Justice, a guy by the name of Lanny Brewer, who resigned in disgrace after a 60-minute interview when he admitted he only went after the little fish. He never went after the big executives. So embarrassed that he was on the side of the big banks that he resigned and got a job. His base pay is $5.5 million at Covington and Burling. Now, Lanny Brewer is at Covington, as I said. Salary $5 million. And guess who he represents? Jamie Dimon, Lloyd Blankfein of Goldman Sachs. He represents the CEOs of the 9 largest banks. And he also, guess what? He also represents Vineyard. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. So Jamie Dimon settled all these civil cases and with these banks, and the shareholders had to pay. And at the same time, Dimon got a 74% raise. Are you kidding? What are you, nuts? We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Listen to what people say about philsgang.com.
You know, I'd listened to you on the radio, and I thought, oh, I love his sense of humor. He can make trading fun. I guess this is the guy I'm going to learn to chart with. So Phil's Gang, Phil, I have learned so much. It is absolutely incredible.
For a successful investing plan for any time frame, from current income to your retirement security, philsgang.com puts you on the path to making profits in the stock market.
You make it so simple if they can really grasp what you're trying to get through to them.
Only philsgang.com's Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell teach you, coach you, and guide you to investing confidence.
Being a gang member, and you're showing us how to trade in any market, which gives you such a feeling of confidence.
Why pay an outrageous fee for a one-time weekend investing class when philsgang.com provides daily investing webinars, alerts, and investing advice for only $49.95 a month, and all material is archived? Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, this is Phil Grande at philsgang.com. What makes investors around the world successful? They are savvy, they do their homework, they look for the best deal, and they find it at philsgang.com and Interactive Brokers.
Professional investors know that Interactive Brokers provides the edge they need in today's markets. Low commissions and financing rates, along with best price execution and a focus on advanced trading technology and low costs that help maximize returns. At Interactive Brokers, not only do professional investors get direct market access to stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and funds on over 100 markets in 23 countries from a single IB universal account, they also benefit from a wide array of advanced trading technology. Go to Interactive Brokers and improve your returns today.
philgang.com chooses interactivebroker.com. Check out Interactive Brokers for more information, and be sure to tell them Phil Grande sent you. That's interactivebrokers.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, a lot of people are afraid of the stock market after losing most of their money in the different crashes, but now you don't have to be fearful because we have technology that will tell you when the markets are ready to collapse. That's right, the PT2. I designed it so that we get information in advance of any correction, the smallest correction to the largest correction. Get my PT2. Make sure this time when you are investing that you have safety on your side.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. I'm here today with philsgang.com's Phil Grande. Phil, do people really get hurt with 401k fees?
Sure, you're seeing it today like no other time because most people don't understand the fees. And when the 401k started out, it was a perfect timing because the stock market was roaring for 2 years. So they didn't care what they were paying for fees. It always looked like they were making money in spite of the fees. It wasn't until the market broke they found out that they were being scammed by fees. It's just a 1% fee. They wipe out 28% of your money.
So you're saying there's a big difference in how much money you end up with at retirement.
Amazing that 85% didn't know what effect these high fees had on their retirement money. For every 1% they pay, 1% takes away 28% of your retirement money. 2%, you lose more than half of all the money you put away for your retirement.
Fees are damaging your future, your retirement. Learn more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Join the Phil's Gang Show every Friday for the Phil's Gang Show Business Roundtable segment. Phil Grande is the recipient of the prestigious Arthur Young Venture Magazine Entrepreneur of the Year Award, and Phil's companies have been honored on the Inc. 500 list 2 years in a row. We're the fastest growing company in America. Now, Phil will share business knowledge, insights, secrets, and experience on how to build, buy, and sell a business. That's the Phil's Gang Business Roundtable segment, only on the Phil's Gang Show. Listen live at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com. Investors who want to maximize their opportunities and minimize their losses, turn to philsgang.com. Beginner or seasoned investor, PhilsGang.com is where you learn to invest using professional-level skills and strategies, regardless of your experience and investing goals.
Been a member for about a year, and this year I'm up around 60% on my portfolio.
I'm a new gang member. I'm up like 15% in 3 months. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving my confidence back in trading.
For only $49.95 a month, you will have access to all Phil's Gang programs, special alerts, the daily investing class, and all material is archived. So why don't you take care of your financial opportunities with philsgang.com? Operators are standing by. Simply call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com today. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by Phil's Talking Trader Stock Charts.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Now remember, at 9:30, I'll take a look at the stock market. You can participate with me on how I do my charting. You can actually look at my charts, the PT2 chart, which is a wonderful chart, because you no longer need a money manager. You don't need a broker. You'll know, with today's technology, you got more information at the tip of your fingers than your brokers have. I even made it easier by designing the PT2. This chart tells you, and you can see it's always right, when it's green, you buy. When it's red, you get out or you sell. No more will you have to buy a stock and be fearful that you're going to lose your money. You can go in and buy a stock and feel so comfortable now that you can say, all right, I'm going to buy a stock at $20. And I am not going to lose more. I'll only want to lose, $1. That's all I want to lose. You can put a stop in, so when the stock comes down, you're automatically out. But what's beautiful, you will know in advance if the institutions are taking the money out of the stocks or putting them in through this color code that I designed. So we'll take a look at that and see when the market opens, and we got some good stocks we're going to look at today. Texas Instrument is one I'm going to look at. Johnson & Johnson. We have some wonderful stocks that got hit by the dollar, meaning when the dollar rallied so big it killed all these companies overseas like IBM, Johnson & Johnson, McDonald's, the rest of them. And we've been doing very, very well with IBM, and I'm going to show you what we're doing with IBM. Okay, so before the market opens, I want to talk about Rudy Giuliani. Listen to this.
You basically said, it's being construed as whether or not you're challenging the president's patriotism. You said this: when I hear the president speak, I don't believe that he expresses the love of America as much as he does criticism of America. What do you mean by that?
Well, first of all, I'm not questioning his patriotism. He's a patriot, I'm sure. What I'm saying is that in his rhetoric, I very rarely hear him say the things that I used to hear Ronald Reagan say, the things I used to hear Bill Clinton say about how much he loves America. I do hear him criticize America much more often than other American presidents. And when it's not in the context of an overwhelming number of statements about the exceptionalism of America, it sounds like he's more of a critic than he is a supporter. And you can be a patriotic American and be a critic, but then you're not expressing that kind of love that we're used to from a president.
Look, it's very. I think Giuliani should have split this out. I think he should have talked about, again, his love for America, which it's very obvious. He does not love America. For if he did love America, why would he be trying to transform it? Why would he be trying to take the middle class and destroy the middle class by destroying small businesses? And how do you do that? Destroy small banks. If you destroy the small banks, the community banks, which he has done, working with his pals like Jamie Dimon and Blankfein, where he goes in and says, here's what we'll do. We'll put so many regulations on top of these small banks, these community banks who support small businesses. We'll put them out of business so you don't have to merge. You don't have to even buy them. Just go pick up their assets when they go broke. And that's what he did. And the reason he's doing that because he's trying to transform America into a socialist society. And unfortunately, our press won't say that. They're afraid of the word socialist. They're afraid of the word communist. And that is what he is. All you have to look at is who he hung out with. See, that's what Giuliani should have started with. He should just look at this man. You are who you hang out with. When you bring up your children, what do? Don't hang around with those kids. They're bad kids. As a parent, aren't you always fearful who your kids hang around with? Because it's an influence. It's a terrible influence. It's the biggest fear we have. Well, our president hung around with the wrong people. For God's sakes, who hangs around with Al Sharpton? Who hangs around with Jeremiah Johnson? Who hangs around with Saul Alinsky? Are you kidding? If these were little kids and you were a parent of Obama, you say, don't hang around with Sharpton. Would you let your kid hang around with little Al Sharpton down the street? Are you kidding? When he was selling dope when he was a kid, for God's sakes. So as far as Obama not loving America, we know that. Because if he loved America, he wouldn't have gone around when he became president on an apology tour. Could you see Kennedy? Could you see Reagan? Could you see Teddy Roosevelt going around and apologizing? We're sorry that we are a country of exceptionalism. I apologize that everybody, that America, I apologize for America's greatness. I apologize for America's wealth and exceptionalism. That's what he did. That's what he did. That means you don't love America. You're treating it like one of these colonies. And that's how he thinks, that America was a colony and we're stealing all the materials and all the assets from other countries. He hates this country. And look who he hangs around with. Take Valerie Jarrett. Her father was a communist. Her mother was a communist in Iraq. Her uncles were communists. They both ran the uncles and her parents ran the Iraq Communist newspaper. What does that tell you? And then, when they left Iraq, they came to Chicago, and what did they join? The Chicago chapter of the Communist Party USA. Who was in the party at that time? Axelrod. His parents were in that party. He's a communist. My God. When he appointed his czars, remember that? 14 of his czars belonged to Communist Party USA, the Chicago chapter. 14 of them. Remember Anita Dunn? Remember Van Jones? They resigned, thank God, because Glenn Beck kept the heat on them, identifying they were communists in his cabinet. So not only there's two things here that Giuliani should say. Not only does his character, he has lack of character, you can see who he hangs around with, but he hates America. There's two different things. His character, and that shows up with who he hangs around with, and then you've got, of course, his communist ties and socialist ties. And look at our country. He's trying to take our country and swing it back to socialism. Remember, medicine is always, healthcare is always the first step to changing a free society to a socialist society. It's the free, and that's why we have healthcare. Do you think he cares about 10 million people that are uninsured? He could care less. He cares about when's his next golfing date. We'll be right back. Take a look at the market, and we're going to look at Texas Instrument.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. I'm here today with philsgang.com's Phil Grande. Phil, do people really get hurt with 401k fees?
Sure, you're seeing it today like no other time because most people don't understand the fees. And when the 401k started out, it was a perfect timing because the stock market was roaring for 2 years. So they didn't care what they were paying for fees. It always looked like they were making money in spite of the fees. It wasn't until the market broke they found out that they were being scammed by fees. At just a 1% fee, they wipe out 28% of your money.
So you're saying there's a big difference in how much money you end up with at retirement.
Amazing that 85% didn't know what effect these high fees had on their retirement money. For every 1% they pay, 1% takes away 28% of your retirement money. 2%, you lose more than half of all the money you put away for your retirement.
Fees are damaging your future, your retirement. Learn more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com is a powerful online website for novice and experienced stock traders and investors who demand professional-grade online tools, superior customer support, and extensive investing education. Not sure how to trade or invest in stocks? philsgang.com is your #1 educational source for online stock trading and investing material, with daily webinars, individual charting videos, and programs customized to make you a smarter, more informed investor. It's as simple as following philsgang.com's Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell. When they buy, you buy. And when they short stocks, you short. In this volatile market, wouldn't it be nice to have someone guide and coach you to create wealth in the stock market? Well, you can with philsgang.com. Simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Professional traders and investors know that Interactive Brokers provides the edge they need in today's markets. Low commissions and financing rates, along with best price execution and a focus on advanced trading technology and low costs that help maximize returns. At Interactive Brokers, not only do professional traders and investors get direct market access to stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and funds on over 100 markets in 23 countries from a single IB universal account. They also benefit from a wide array of advanced trading technology, from extensive options trading tools to sophisticated risk management and much more. Keep a pulse on daily market activity with commentary with IB's Traders Insight, which delivers market analysis from professional traders in the industry directly to your screen. Visit us at interactivebrokers.com to learn more about these offerings. Interactivebrokers.com. Interactive Brokers, member SIPC.
Be sure to watch The Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande weekdays at 9 a.m. on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to The Phil's Gang Show right in your hands, at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
Listen to what people say about philsgang.com.
You know, I'd listened to you on the radio, and I thought, oh, I love his sense of humor. He can make trading fun. I guess this is the guy I'm going to learn to chart with. So Phil's Gang, Phil, I have learned so much. It is absolutely incredible.
For a successful investing plan for any time frame, from current income to your retirement security, philsgang.com puts you on the path to making profits in the stock market.
You make it so simple if they can really grasp what you're trying to get through to them.
Only philsgang.com's Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell teach you, coach you, and guide you to investing confidence.
Being a gang member, and you're showing us how to trade in any market, which gives you such a feeling of confidence.
Why pay an outrageous fee for a one-time weekend investing class when philsgang.com provides daily investing webinars, alerts, and investing advice for only $49.95 a month, and all material is archived? Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Join the Phil's Gang Show every Friday for the Phil's Gang Show Business Roundtable segment. Phil Grande is the recipient of the prestigious Arthur Young Venture Magazine Entrepreneur of the Year Award. And Phil's companies have been honored on the Inc. 500 list 2 years in a row. We're the fastest growing company in America. Now, Phil will share business knowledge, insights, secrets, and experience on how to build, buy, and sell a business. That's the Phil's Gang Business Roundtable segment, only on the Phil's Gang Show. Listen live at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by Phil's Easy Trade Platform.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, the market is open, and we're going to let it settle down a little bit. Remember, when the stock market opens, do nothing between 9:30 and 5 after 10. Now, why is that? Well, because that's when most people lose money on the opening. When you see a market open and a stock go up and you know how you get enthusiastic and you want to jump in and buy the stock, that's what they expect you to do. Each stock has a specialist assigned to it. Their job is to open the stock in the morning. What they do the night before, they will position that stock They will buy stock themselves. Then the next morning, they open up, they move the price up. It's the specialist in the morning who set where the stocks are going to open. So if a specialist wants to make $100,000, $200,000, all he does is he knows where the stock is going to close, and then he opens it up the next morning so he can make money. Now, what he does, he lets it stay there to see if he can get support, if he can get demand, so if the stock's at 20, and I'm going to exaggerate for teaching purposes, and let's say it's at 20 and he opens it up at $25. Well, he made a fortune. Now he made his money, puts it in his pocket. Now he's going to let it sit there to see if he can get a bunch of suckers to come in and buy it at 25. If there's no demand, now who's the demand? Institutional buyers. That's right, the big institutional buyers. Okay, and if they don't come in, then what he does, he keeps dropping the price from 25 back to 20 to see where the buying comes in. That's why people say the minute I get into a stock, it seems like it goes down. Okay, that's what's going on. So you got to wait about 5 after the hour. All the institutions have finished fooling around. All the specialists have finished fooling around, and then the market's finally settled down, and you'll get a real idea of the market. Never work on emotion. You know, anybody could make money in the stock market. I could take some kid from Vermont who never read a Wall Street Journal, and he was a farm boy. And I could teach him patterns as long as he never listened to TV, never listened to any jibber jabber, and just watched the chart, just watched the color code. I could teach him in a week. And if that's all he did, the kid would be making money. But the problem with us is that we have had all this knowledge, all this jibber jabber. They've been taking parking space in our heads, CNBC, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, and they take this parking space in your head to use you because they know you are they look at people as a collective. They look at them as herd mentality. They can move them any way they want. Matter of fact, you know, Wall Street is a herd mentality. When someone buys Ford, then all the institutions buy Ford. When an institution buys GA, they all buy. When they sell it, they all sell. That's why it's important. And with today's technology, we could design the PT2 chart so that you could see the money going in and going out. Now, if you want to take a look at it, go to my site, philsgang.com, click on right now, watch live, and you will see what we have here, what's going on in the market. Now, the market, as you can see, I'm going to show this to you right now. In the market, you can see we've had this rally, 2.5%. The big problem with that rally is that it's all about Apple, and it's all short covering. It's not new money coming in, and that is the problem. Now, the biggest thing we have to watch right now is the banks. The banks are what lead the market. I'm putting it up on the chart. Now you can see on my PT2 chart, you can see how the banks have been struggling. Even though it's green, it's struggling. So we have to watch the banks very, very closely. Here's what really got me the other day, okay, is the Fed. The Fed, their minutes. Their minutes came out and it's a joke. Bottom line, the Fed is still doing their pretend, their extend, their kick the can down the road of their interest hikes. They are not going to raise rates. The only thing would possibly happen is they raise it 25 basis points just to show everybody that, hey, you know, we've been saying this for 6 years. We don't want to look stupid, so we'll raise it once. But that'll go away quick. Remember this. Think about it. If they had a good economy, as they claim, good labor, as they claim, then why in the minutes of the meeting would they be so worried about raising rates a quarter point after they had rates for 6 years at zero? Does that make any sense to you? It makes no sense. They said in the minutes, many of the members, they were afraid to raise rates. A quarter point after 6 years? What are you, nuts? Now, here's why they're not going to raise rates. It's because of the hourly wages. It's because of the stagnation in wages. Wages are stagnant. They're at a 25-year low. The average person, if they raise rates, they'll kill everybody. The average person, about 80% of our workforce make $46,000 a year. Now let's break that out. You take your $46,000, and I'm not even going to take the taxes out. Okay, let's say it's gross 46. Even with that, I'll give them credit with that. Look how it works. So you take in mortgage, is about 43%. That includes insurance and taxes. 43% of their income goes to mortgage. Groceries, 14%. Dining out, 8%. Entertainment, 3%. Boy, that's not much entertainment. Utilities, 5%. Auto loan, okay, or 5% auto loans, rather. 3% phone, internet, cell phone, that kind of thing. You have 2% auto insurance. You're paying 2% auto fuel. 10% maintenance, 2% miscellaneous, 2% miscellaneous. So when you're all done, there is nothing left. There's nothing left. So let's take a current 30-year fixed rate at $980 a month, 4.22%. If you raise that, just 1%, it's going to bring you from $980 a month to $1,080 a month. Think of this. If they raised rates from 4% to 6%, your payment would go up $219 a month. That kills people because with $46,000, remember, I didn't take the taxes out. You still got to take taxes out. But I didn't take the taxes out. All their money is gone. After mortgages, groceries, all the things I put in the budget here for. They have no disposable income left. So to raise interest rates would kill the economy. 3 out of every 8 Americans are teetering on the edge of financial disaster. And 72% of them are working from paycheck to paycheck. 37% of Americans have credit card debt that equals or exceeds their emergency savings. Can you imagine that? This is not good. The unforeseen expense that always wipes out the little savings, the little emergency people have set aside, guess what it is? Healthcare and car trouble. Healthcare and car trouble always wipes out any little bit of money. You ever notice how you say, I just get ahead a little bit and it's gone? Car trouble. Because everybody's driving around in jalopies. Look. And these are must-pay items. And what gets me and what really grinds me, and I'm telling you, it just grinds my gears when I hear them report how consumer spending, and they're all excited on CNBC. Well, what they don't tell you are the consumer spending money. They should break it down where it says, well, here's the consumer spending, but here are the percentage of must pay. But they make it, wow, look at this. Look at the consumer spending this quarter. It's fantastic. But it's not, because it's forced spending. What are you, nuts? Look, in spite of all the terrible economic numbers that have come up, the geopolitical issues, the dollar has been going straight up, which again forces your gold prices down. I mean, just think. In spite of the disastrous drop in household spending, the drop in disposable income, the drop in retail sales, the drop in durable goods sales, the drop in corporate earnings, the stagnant and lower wages, the drop in the New York manufacturing number index. And by the way, in that index, guess what? The employment numbers were a disaster. And here's what else was in that number. The future business condition index, horrible number. It plunged for the most in 6 years. But what are we being told? That everything is wonderful as the Fed is concerned. That, all of this stuff is just temporary in nature. It's just temporary, that's all. It's just temporary. What, are you nuts? And this is why you've got to learn how to use a chart. I will show you when I come back Texas Instrument. Let's take a look at Texas Instrument when we come back. It is now 43 past the hour here on Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, a lot of people are afraid of the stock market after losing most of their money in the different crashes, but now you don't have to be fearful because we have technology that will tell you when the markets are ready to collapse. That's right, the PT2. I designed it so that we get information in advance of any correction, the smallest correction to the largest correction. Get my PT2. Make sure this time when you are investing that you have safety on your side.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're gonna house you, we're gonna feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
philsgang.com is a powerful online website for novice and experienced stock traders and investors who demand professional-grade online tools, superior customer support, and extensive investing education. Not sure how to trade or invest in stocks? philsgang.com is your #1 educational source for online stock trading and investing material with daily webinars, individual charting videos, and programs customized to make you a smarter, more informed investor. It's as simple as following philsgang.com's Phil Grande and Donald Cogswell. When they buy, you buy. And when they short stocks, you short. In this volatile market, wouldn't it be nice to have someone guide and coach you to create wealth in the stock market? Well, you can with philsgang.com. Simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by Phil's Gang, InvestYourself.com.
Josh Earnest was absolutely right. And quite frankly, I question the patriotism of someone who questions the president's patriotism.
Oh, so you can't question the patriotism of the president, but didn't Obama question Bush patriotism? Of course he did. Of course he did. These liberals are nuts. Look, let's forget about the liberals. Let's make some money because you got to retire, and you don't have much retirement money. You got to catch up. You got to catch up. And how are you going to do that? You're not going to do it listening to the jibber jabbers on CNBC. You're not going to do it listening to your money managers. What are you, nuts? My God. They've been steering you the wrong way forever because they put the money in their pocket because the money that you have in your account, they are not set up on an incentive basis. They should be set up on a basis they only get paid when you make money. But they get paid on how much money you put in your fund. Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't that ridiculous? For heaven's sakes, who set up that stupid idea? I mean, so you put $100,000 in your account and it gets down to 10%, you lost it all except 10% of your money. You lost $90,000. They still get paid. You don't. You lose money. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And look, this economy, we are being told numbers that are fake numbers. And therefore, when you can't listen to fundamentals. Just pick a stock. And here, go to my site right now, philsgang.com. Go to Watch Live. Now, I got my charts up by PT1 and PT2. We'll look at the PT2 because the PT2 is the one that everybody loves because a lot of people are busy, they're working, they don't have time to come to the classroom. By the way, if you want to join my gang right now, you still have time to get into my class at 5 after 10. I run every morning now. Just go to philsgang.com and sign up. You get to my classroom, and you see how I work the PT2. So look, here's the PT2. Here's wonderful. So I'm going to bring this back, and let's take a look at a couple stocks, okay? Let's look at Texas Instrument. All right, I'm going to put up Texas Instrument right now. This is what we call a wonderful breakout stock. Now, just look at this. So easy to do. When it was red at around $52, and then she turned green right around $54, that was a buy signal. So if you're looking at my chart right now, see where it turned green at 54? Well, you go down, and you see where red crosses yellow? All you have to do is wait for red to cross yellow. That is momentum. That is showing you the institutions like J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs and Citigroup and Dodge and Cox and all the different bankers who buy stocks. They are going to come in and buy Texas Instrument. Now, you can find out who owns Texas Instrument, what institution. Just go Google it up, and then you just follow it. So right now we had so you would have gotten in. Let's just play it conservative. You would have got into the stock, let's say at around, I'll give you an average of around $54. So it's going from 54, it's now at 58. I'm just rounding it off. So you made a 7% return in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. 8 days. Now what's wrong with that? Now here's the key though. Most people never get out of their stock in time. They don't get out. So what you do is you'll know when this turns red and we get a crossover the other way, red over yellow, then it's telling you the institutions that own Texas Instrument, they are not buying it anymore. Now, let's take a look at the dollar. This is very, very important, the dollar. And the dollar, remember, let me get back here. The dollar is very, 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 very weak right now. It's very weak. Let's take a look at it. Okay, here we go. Now the dollar, you can see what's going on with the dollar. It hit a high of $25, but guess what? It can't break out. Now, why can't it break out? Why is the dollar getting weak? I'll tell you why the dollar's getting weak. The dollar's getting weak because the smart money's starting to say, wait a minute. We've been told by the Federal Reserve that everything is wonderful and that they're going to raise rates. But now we're finding in the minutes of the meeting, they're saying something different. Yeah, in their meeting, they're talking about how fearful they are. How fearful they are. That if you just raise 25 basis points, it could take the economy down. Well, finally, then somebody at the Federal Reserve must be looking at these terrible numbers, like the drop in durable goods sales and the drop in corporate earnings and the stagnation of wages. Maybe somebody looked at the retail numbers that said, hey, it's the lowest it's been in 9 years. But everybody has just been drunk. They've been in a stupor. And you look at the VIX index, and it tells you there's no fear. You got to have fear in the market. You ever hear the saying, we're going to climb the wall of fear? Well, here's what it means. I'll put it up for you. You take the VIX index, VXX, and you can see it right here. And you see how the index is way down here. Well, that means the stock is way up here. The market's way up here, and the VIX fear, there's no fear. That's not when you buy stocks. That's when you start taking profits. When the fear index is down, you don't buy stocks. You get ready to take profits. And right now, our S&P is nearing an all-time high again. That's where you take profits. Now, what it means by when you say we're climbing the wall of worry, it's mean when the VIX index is high. When the VIX index is high, what it means And you can see it on my, again, follow me, go to philsgang.com, click on watch live if you're in front of a computer, if you're in your office or whatever, or you have a mobile device. So when the VIX is high, guess where the stock market is? Way down here. So that means you can buy stocks on sale. And that's what we did. And I'll show you on my chart. And here's what we did. What a wonderful chart. And so here's where you buy stocks. So now it's red. So it was the S&P, it was at $182 and it was red. So that means even though it went from 182 up to 192, you didn't buy it until it turned green. So it tells you don't buy between 182 and 192 because it's short covering. It's the same money that people bet it was going down is now going up. In other words, when people bet that the stock market is going to drop, they short it. When they're wrong, they say, oh my God, I got to buy those positions back, and the stock goes up. New money came in when it turned green. There you go. It's just like what's going on right now. We've never seen such a short covering. We haven't seen a short covering like this in 4 years, where when the stock market went from 202 to where it is today, around 211, that we've never seen this. That's mostly all short covering. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful, okay? And this is what so it means that you would have bought at 202, and you would have bought the S&P at 211. You would have made 2.5% on your money. But guess what? You're going to know when to get out. We don't care if it's short covering. We don't care that rally was 25% Apple, because we got a protection built in, because we know the PT2, it's green. And when it turns red, just like all the red you see here, it tells you, hey, you better get out because of the institutions. So the stock market right now, the Fed is concerned in spite of, now finally they're starting to say in their Fed minutes they're worried about raising interest rates too soon. Wait a minute, I thought everything is fine. Why are you now worried about raising interest rates too soon? Are you kidding? I thought you said everything was fine, even better now than 5 years ago. I guess not. Look at, join my gang. Join me in my class, which starts at 5 after 6. Join my gang right now. You got time. philsgang.com. It's 5 after 10 when my class starts. So join right now. You got plenty of time. Go to philsgang.com.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.